have been charged by the Keeper to seek out other Dalish clans in Ferelden, so we may spread the word about the Blight. We passed another clan several months ago, so I have a notion of where they might be now. Perhaps they have seen others. We shall see. Dareth Shiral, fare you well.
Everything brings us closer to victory.
Generous as always, Warden.
Thank you so much. Yes, you led me to an errand. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end. I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding an errand allowed this moment. It feels like the moment I can stop thinking. What's on your mind? It is... Oh, marvelous. Most kind. What's on your mind? I will answer to the best. The Circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and for now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left the Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the Circle. No, of course I don't. I'm old and unsure of what I'm doing. Actually, I'd rather be in a warm chair in the sun, being served pudding or some other easily digestible food. Well, get on it then, and make sure there's a blanket in my chair, and that it's soft, and that the pudding doesn't have cream on it. Cream gives me gas.
Just leave me alone, Warden. Seriously. I don't know. I just keep thinking about all that slag with Branka. How I've turned out. I always said I was this way because she left, but I think maybe she left because of how I am. I've tried 27 new kinds of ale, and enough wallowing in my own... What about? All right. I
am listening. It doesn't have better things to do. Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum snarl at that villager there, beep. He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it? Hag. Good. I would...
If there's... I'm sure...
What comes, my friend? So, full of questions, are you? Now I have enough time to study Mother's grimoire to find a way to prevent her from stealing my body in the future. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect myself, one day... But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us go.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free. And thus you embark upon another journey. Death is just the gateway. I'm here for you. Of course.
You and your friends are formidable folk.
What say you? I could teach others, but if there should be such a What say you? By all means. I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease, and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book. A Dalish whore, thank you very much. It was my sole distinction amongst the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of My original... Through all the years, I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the... Naturally, the reality... But... What say you? By all means. And why not? You are respected, you are feared. As for the killing part, well, some... I often find myself the instrument. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Whereas I am content merely doing... Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good, but it is pleasant enough to chat. What say you? By all means. My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days? No, I didn't say that. Old men love to talk, after all. Will I get a kiss afterwards? Then it hardly seems worthwhile. Oh well. Let's see. My second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics. How should I know? I got the impression it involved sex, but then I get that impression about most everything. Odd, really. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning. Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around. I suppose, but she was dead. She didn't need to be happy. It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. And one that not ever... But that's enough tale.